Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Carshénah with versefilmsproductions, and you've made it back to another horror pick of the week, so let's go ahead and get this started. Thanks for joining in on our Screamtober all month long. Horror has always been the cheapest genre of movie to make and the one with the biggest potential profits. So as technology has made movie making more and more accessible, it's not surprising that increasingly cheap movies have become normal and popular. The first Paranormal Activity movie cost an alleged $15,000 to make and raked in over $193 million. So it's not surprising that it too soon became a franchise, even if the first movie didn't really suggest there was as much of a story to continue.
Camera on. My girlfriend Katie, she thinks there's something in the house, I don't know.
While settling into their new home, Katie is disturbed in her sleep by a mysterious presence. Her partner Micah tries to ease her fear by installing video cameras in an attempt to capture the strange behavior on tape. Bad idea. One of our favorite haunted houses during our Haunted House Horror Week is Paranormal Activity. The defining feature in all of them is the handheld camera. Paranormal Activity is a genuinely scary, smart, original film about a couple and their relationship, told through the medium of an amateur film footage. This 2009 successful sleeper hit at the film festivals was the found footage horror masterpiece not seen since The Blair Witch movie in 1999. This has spawned a franchise like no other, with other production companies trying to cookie cut this format to their liking. Shot in 2006, the movie was shown publicly to the general audiences in 2009. It's rated R, for which I can't explain why. The language was clean enough, with maybe a few words and nothing sexually suggestive.
Doors are locked, alarm is on. If anything walks through here, it's gonna leave a pretty good footprint.
Also, the jump scares were mainly relegated to the bedroom and the kitchen, so I'm not sure where the R stems from with the MPAA. With a runtime of 1 hour and 26 long, frightening, and engaging minutes, Paranormal Activity set a high bar for other films to follow within this found footage genre. Shot over the course of 10 days, it took director Oren Peli 1 year prior to filming to decorate and make his home the backdrop of the film. Paranormal Activity was written and directed by Oren Peli, starring Katie Featherston and Micah Sloat as the lead couple. Mark Fredericks plays the psychic. It is reported the leads were paid a total of $500 for the film. That's below the current SAG Screen Actors Guild rate, but with success, the actors renegotiated their contracts. Director Peli has succeeded in creating a masterpiece with little money and simple theme park haunted house gags. He does something that Hitchcock did so well in his prime, which is create a level of suspense so intense that the smallest sound makes your heart jump. Less is more, and it works really well with Paranormal Activity. The two leads are haunted by a demon, one we never see, only hear. The sound is what makes you jump. Hear nothing, fear nothing. Accompanied by the visuals, some memorable scenes with the powder and the bed sheets. As the film progresses, the haunting gets worse. The couple are believable, and since there are no opening or end credits, you get the feeling that this is filmed in real time. It's not perfect. The beginning isn't very effective, and initially the possible explanations seem downright silly. Although, once the film gets going, that all changes. The originality of this film was refreshing at the time. Not a cheap knockoff or a member of Hollywood's non-stop horror remake reboot wave, comparable to the Blair Witch Project when you consider the film's only real similarity is the use of a home camera, first-person footage, and non-professionals inducing reactions from the supernatural world.
Oh my God. There's footsteps in, but there's no footsteps out.
That said, you have to answer yourself a question. Would you rather see another Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake or a completely original type of film? The special effects on a budget was great to watch. However, one of the downturns of the film is its scenery. The whole movie is filmed in specific rooms of the character's house. The static viewpoint of the camera gets a little boring. With all the phenomenon going on, it would have been refreshing to see things from a different angle, especially in the bedroom. Fortunately, this doesn't hinder the movie, just a minor complaint. The version that was released in theaters is the cut supervised by Steven Spielberg. The director's cut comprised of the unedited film with 3 possible endings. Let this be a resounding message to Hollywood that originality is still craved for in the movie industry. Some horror fans have grown tired of having their favorite classics butchered and pointlessly remade. Directors and producers do not deserve revenue for just upping the violence and sexual gratification of old horror movies.
You cannot run from this. It will follow you.
It relieves me to some degree to see that tension, fear-based horror movies still have a chance to take the cake, especially on such a small budget. Even with my own production company, Versefilmsproductions, yes, shameless plug, we can do wonders on a budget. Still, give originality that's intelligent, scary, and fresh. Here's some trivia about the movie. Steven Spielberg convinced the filmmakers to change the original ending, continuing to solidify that everything Steven touches is movie gold. And also, Steven Spielberg had to stop watching the film halfway on a home screener as he was genuinely spooked by the experience. He completed it in the daylight hours the next day and loved it. Paramount acquired the U.S. rights for $350,000. The film went on to make $193 million worldwide, making this the second most profitable film ever made based on a return of investment. First most profitable is The Blair Witch Project, which cost $22,000 and made $240.5 million. The sequels are mostly about finding reasons for people to pick up a camera and for furniture to fly around the room. You can expect that someone is going to be haunted or possessed on a budget, and the jump scares will make you question all of the sounds in your house. The entire movie was filmed in director Oren Peli's own home. Grossed US $9.1 million in its first week, breaking the record of highest grossing weekend ever for a movie playing at less than 200 theaters. With its astoundingly low production budget, the eventual worldwide gross of over $193 million, this is among the most profitable movies ever made. Check the streaming platforms to see if you can watch Paranormal Activity during Halloween.
Paranormal activity.